Hi everyone, Angelina, Sparkling Diva, and this is a love pick a card reading, and it's we're gonna look at what you are currently drawing towards you in love, and we have three choices. To the left is peach, moonstone. In the middle is for the numbers 2 is a ruby, and to the right for the numbers 3 is a rose quartz. So if you make your choice, pause if need be, and I'm going to begin. Right, numbers 1, you're reading. First two cards we have is calling in your soulmate and past life relationship. So this says that, well, you're calling in your soulmate, a really high connection, a good connection, possibly a twin flame. I always feel that this card is a twin flame connection, but it can also be a soulmate, a high soulmate connection. So in any case, it's really good, and that's what you're currently drawing towards you. So that means you're ready for that. And a past life relationship, well, it means that you have been together before in a past life. Doesn't mean as partners, but you know them, meaning you will very likely recognize them when you meet them, that you have this feeling like, I've seen you before, something you recognize, maybe a look in their eyes or the smile or anything, you know, or just a feeling of familiarity, that like, I know you. And your next two cards, we have recognition and power, and the recognition clearly says that, well, recognition, I feel that goes together very well with the past life thing, recognizing them, but it's also that you will get signs and synchronicities from the universe that let you know that something is on the way, and that will help you to actually know who that person is. And when you meet that person, that you know that's him, you know, or her, right? And so, yeah, and maybe you already have noticed synchronicities. Can be double digits, it can be a name or a word that you keep seeing, or, you know, I've had that myself with a name that I suddenly, a rather unusual name, an old-fashioned and now not so much used name, and suddenly I came across men with that name, and it's like, what's going on, you know? And then I met this man with whom I ended up in a relationship who, well, had that name. So signs like that you can get too. It can be in any shape or form, anything that would draw your attention to it. And with the power, yeah, it's like what it says on that card, right? The power of love is like a magnet, drawing souls together. And the connection, the chemistry between divine soul parts, counterparts, is irresistible and unites you and them at a fundamental level. And it's something that's unstoppable. It's just undeniable. It's just there. It's really strong. And you will feel that as well when you meet that person. And that can also be online. Doesn't mean to say that you have to meet them in person right away, right? To get that feeling. You can feel that way, that you can feel that vibe, that click, that connection, that chemistry. You can feel that online too. And yeah, this all indicates what this card said. Here, that you're calling in a very high soulmate connection or twin flame. And then we're going to look at your tarot cards. Right, your first 3 tarot cards. I have 2 more. We have the Empress, the 6 of Pentacles in the middle, and then we have the Lovers to the right. And yeah, these are all just so positive and so wonderful. With the Empress, the Green Mother, that's about fertility. So it's a very fertile relationship, not necessarily about getting children, although it could be that, but it's also fertile in the broadest sense of the word. Of the meaning of that, that you will learn new things probably, and it never gets stale, and it will keep growing and evolving. It also feels natural. It's just wonderful. And because it's the Empress, which is feminine energy, you can also in this connection be really feminine, tune into your feminine energy and strength, and you don't have to carry that masculine load, which is really great if you can have that with a partner. And an equal give and take and share and support with the Six of Pentacles. Normally you see that man with the scales, he's really dressed in beautiful clothes, and then there's beggars in front of him and he's giving them money, right? So it's about equal give and take and share, supporting each other, taking care of each other, being there for the other, and that's equal. And here that's depicted with that woman. She's lost and she's cold, and there's snow here, etc. And she's sleeping here, she's laying down, and then the rabbits came out to just keep her warm and comfortable. So that's also caring and sharing and being there for the other, etc. And with the Lovers, again, equal give and take, and also very much complementing one another, because it's an interdependent relationship. Neither of you is going to be codependent. And that means you have done quite a lot of work. And that's logical. If you are calling in a very high soulmate connection or twin flame, you cannot really get that unless you have done a lot of work on self and personal growth. Because then you can be ready for an interdependent relationship where you stand next to each other, hand in hand, side by side. And it's equal then, right? And you're not leaning on one another. There's no codependency there. So also really beautiful, all of that. And then we have the last two tarot cards. I'm going to just put them in front of the others. We have the Strength and we have the Hermit. An awful lot of major arcana cards. Yeah, so the Strength is also this balance, right? There's not really going to be ego battles anymore, because this basically represents the ego, and they go along really well. So it's no ego battles and getting triggered because of what the other does or says, or and vice versa. It's for the other person, it's the same way, right? So very nourishing in that sense. You can be yourself. You don't have to walk on eggshells or anything, and be afraid that he or she's gonna do something that's gonna upset you or anything. And then the ego and you can just be, really balanced. And this can also mean in a relationship reading, in a love reading, that there's a lot of passion and power and sexuality and all that stuff, right? Because there is a certain tension, of course, between this and that beautifully dressed woman. There's always a bit of tension, and that can be just good, healthy tension, but it can also turn into a more sexual thingy. So in that sense, there's also very likely going to be healthy sexual attraction and sex life, intimate life. And with this one, I had not intended to draw another card, but I felt I had to take that one. It was on top of the pile, and I just knew I had to get it. I don't know why, but then I just go with it. And it was the Hermit, and no, sorry, not the Hermit. I said that just now as well. It's the Hierophant, the number 5 of the major arcana. the Hierophant. So that means there is going to be commitment, it's going to be a loyal relationship, and no one is walking out on anyone, right? Because you don't have that with this card. And there is a very high chance even of marriage, provided you would want that, of course, right? Some people don't want to get married, but it can be that as well. So, so far, and it doesn't change. It's a really very positive reading. And then we look at the last cards we've got. We have Twin Flames, need I say more, date, meeting someone new. So it's not going to be an ex that's going to come back. It's a new person. A new person. And yeah, what you're going to draw in is this new person. And you're going to date them. And you're going to get out there. Could be that at first you're going to date someone else. And because you get into a rhythm again of dating, of going out there. And right now with the current COVID situation, that can also mean getting online, getting out there online, right? Putting yourself out there. That you first get in touch with someone else who's not going to be it. And you're going to know that because you're going to know the signs and the attraction and all that stuff isn't really, not spot on. But because you put yourself out there, you will meet this wonderful person. And that's not per se for everyone that it will go like that, but it is possible, right? And then we have, very interestingly, Girl with a Snake. And that speaks of an empath, whatever, a narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used and enable boundaries. Now, I do think, especially because we have that abundance, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. I think that maybe possibly you have been in a relationship with someone who was either a narcissist or treated you really poorly, didn't give you the love and credit and attention, etc., that you actually deserve. Everyone deserves that, right? And that hurt you tremendously. So it could be, if you meet someone new, that you're going to get triggered. That you're going to go like, oh my God, what if it's going to happen again? What if he walks out on me again? What if and what that and blah, 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 right? And then it's really, if you have such a past, and if you haven't been in a relationship, then it can be that you yourself have trouble with low self-esteem, so self-esteem issues because of whatever happened in your past as a child, especially, like not being seen, not being loved enough, and not getting attention enough, and being rejected. And it can be by friends at school, parents, etc., etc. But then it's important to keep a positive mindset and to keep focusing on what you really want and what you actually really want to manifest, and to focus on that and not on your fear, right? Because you, like we saw here with the Strength card, the ego, the fear, is not controlling that woman. She has overcome that. That's why there is this beautiful balance here, right? So you cannot let your ego get the better of you, and so you must really focus on what you want to come in. Believe in the fact that it is going to come in for you, that it is going to happen for you, and it is going to be beautiful, and so on and so forth. And then we have your last card, the Hammer. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. And I feel for this reading, it's especially about that building, working on it, especially with the, if you do have that low self-esteem stuff in your energy, that you keep working on this, on focusing on the positive and coming into balance here with that, right? Keep working on that, and yeah, basically be persistent with that as well. I in this case, for sure, I see the hammer as a positive thing, building something new, and so yeah. Beautiful reading, people. I hope you feel the same way. I mean, it can't really get any better, right? We have the calling in your soulmate, and yeah, possibly your twin flame. It doesn't get better than this, really. And the marriage thingy, yeah, commitment, marriage, and so on and so forth. So there's no reason to be afraid. And yeah, it's difficult to overcome such things if you do have that, in your past. But it's all looking positive, and this is what you're attracting in at the moment. Well, you are drawing into you. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Alright, numbers 2, you're reading your first 2 cards. We have attraction and keep an open mind. And based on the cards that we have for you, and yeah, you can't see them yet, but I do feel that you need to work on yourself more first. Could be that maybe you have not been single for so long, or that you still need to do some work on yourself just to be ready for a really wonderful, great relationship, and not attracting someone who's not right for you, right? And you also have to keep an open mind, because your soulmate may differ from what you expect. And that can be their looks, it can be their character. Maybe you are focusing in a way on a specific type. And maybe that type actually doesn't really suit you all that well in a long-term relationship. So it's always good to keep a bit of an open mind, to not fill in too much of what the other should look like and behave like, etc., etc. And attraction, just focus on that by just doing things and going places, hanging out with people that make you feel happy, that make you feel joyful, and that also do stuff for yourself that makes you feel like a woman, and that you're beautiful, and that you matter, and that you, yeah, all these things that make you as a person feel good. So dress up for yourself in nice clothes. Doesn't mean you have to wear high heels or anything, because usually that's for men, right? It's just whatever. But feels good to you. It can still be jeans with a nice top, and do your hair, and just pay attention and pamper yourself. Be nice to yourself, and even now in this lockdown time. It's so, for many people, I think, very tempting to just walk around in a jogging suit or PJs all day long, and not comb your hair, don't put on makeup, and so on and so forth. But then you actually are neglecting yourself. So if you do that, don't do that. Get dressed, put on some nice clothes, and put on makeup, and comb your hair, do something funny with your hair, and so on and so forth. Anything to enhance you feeling good about you, because that also helps your self-esteem and inner strength and confidence, and so on and so forth. Right, then we have signs and enlightenment. Watch out for signs leading to true love. If someone's coming in, if you meet someone who's right for you, you will get signs. So then you will know that that person is right for you. If you meet someone and there aren't really any signs, then maybe think about it, And with enlightenment, there is no separation. We recognize that we are one with the divine. And again, I feel that's about the personal growth thing, working on yourself and self-esteem, and so on and so forth. And if you have a high vibration, and take care of yourself with the attraction card that we just had, you won't so easily feel lonely, or that no one wants you, no one is interested in you, and so on and so forth, because that's all very low vibration, right? And if you really feel good about yourself, you will also start to feel good about life. And when you start to feel good about yourself and life and everything, you don't feel separated anymore. You don't feel lonely. You don't feel like no one wants you, no one is interested in you, because there's a completely different vibration then. And so that's also why I feel you still have to work on yourself a bit more before you are really ready for a great, healthy, lasting relationship. We can always draw in a relationship, but then it comes to this thing that if you draw in a relationship that is not good for you, then it's gonna take even longer for you to get to this right place. Yeah, and sometimes we actually learn because of the wrong relationship, but if you can avoid that and do the work yourself, then at least you don't get damaged again, right, by another person. I'm gonna stick your tarot cards in. Right, the tarot cards, first 3, I have 2 more for you. We have the 10 of Swords to the left, and then the Chariot in the middle, and the 7 of Swords to the right. And it's like I've said, you still really do need to do more work if you choose this set. The 10 of Swords is not a positive card, and neither is the 7 of Swords, as you can see, right? It's it is, you have to leave something behind, and also get a more positive outlook on life. Because with the 10 of Swords, normally you see this person on the ground with 10 swords in his back, and he's not seeing that at the horizon. The sun is coming up, meaning it's almost over, and it's not as bad as it seems. But it's kind of this thing like, the glass is half full or the glass is half empty. And in this situation, the glass is half empty, even though it's the same amount of water as when the glass is half full. So it's a shift in perspective, which requires, again, inner work, right? And you have to, if you really are kind of like down in the gutter with your feelings and how you see yourself, or what you think you can get, and so on and so forth, or maybe life in general, then you have to shift out of that. It's much better for your health as well, for your general well-being, to have this perspective, the glass is half full. And if you only just look up, you could see that it's not all that bad. Okay, something happened, right? And maybe you were in a very unpleasant situation, or in the past in an unpleasant situation, but that doesn't mean to say that everything is gone or ruined. It's not. You just have to look up and get up and see that it's not all that bad. And here also I feel that this is the Chariot. This is not really a negative card at all, this one. But I feel in this case that it's actually, just looking at her expression, it's like, I'm going away from here. I'm not interested. I'm not going to stay here. So either that you are not ready to commit yourself, that you have this escapism thing, like no, I don't want to. I'm too scared, and blah blah blah. That you want to escape a situation. If a man would approach you, or that the guy is not going to be committing to you, or both. That's and you need to work on your boundaries as well, right? Because you're not in danger here at all. You're safe and sound in that mobile home, caravan, trailer, whatever you want to call it. And but you left some stuff, belongings of you out here, and well, the foxes are just stealing it, right? They're running away with it. And so I feel that's boundaries. You need to work on your boundaries so people cannot take advantage of you just like that. right? And yeah, just that. And also try your last 2 tarot cards. We have the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Yeah, I feel that the 7 of Cups, that you don't really have clear yourself what you want in a relationship, what you need in a relationship in order to be fulfilled. So that's different from filling in details about a partner. It's about what you need in order to be happy and in order to be fulfilled. And if you are wobbly in that, because you still have to work on self, you don't have good boundaries and so on and so forth, you're gonna wobble. And if someone like that comes along, you're tempted to go for that. If another one comes along, you're tempted to go for that. Well, that's not the way to go about it. You need to know, like, okay, I need this to be happy in a relationship, and not this, not that, and not that, and not that. I want that, and then I'm going to be fulfilled, and then I can be happy, I can be myself, and so on and so forth. But you have to get that clear, and that's also a process. And I sort of see that here as well with the 3 of Wands. I love that card. That's also a very positive card. It's a beautiful card to end the tarot cards with. Again, have that clear intention of what you want, what you need to be happy, right? So it's not like I want a tall guy with blue eyes and a mustache or whatever and a nice butt. That's not the right thing, okay? Of course it's the right thing, but that's not what should be your intention. Your intention should be what you need in order to be happy and fulfilled. So it's about you, not about what the other person looks like, right? There's a vast difference. And then set out that intention and be positive, and positive, you know, and expect that your intent, your wishes will be granted. And also allow and know that that could take a bit of time, right? It doesn't have to happen tomorrow or next week or the next month. That would be nice, of course, but yeah, if you're not ready, then you can't really expect to get the perfect partner now, right? So that, and then your last few cards, see if that works to put them in front. Passion, insane chemistry, like each other, equally having fun. Now that's also always important, whether it's just casual dating or with a potential partner, of course, right? The only thing that is important is that you do not get blinded by insane chemistry, because chemistry in itself means jack. You can have chemistry with thousands of men. It doesn't mean to say that these thousands of men would make an ideal partner for you. So do not get blindsided by an insane chemistry click. Okay, you can enjoy it, but don't get blindsided by it. Because we also have here a karmic relationship. So, yeah, if you do not work on yourself and on what you need to be fulfilled and so on and so forth, you could attract a karmic relationship because you're not ready. And you can learn from that. Doesn't mean to say they're always bad. Not at all. But they usually don't last. And if you can work on yourself, you can skip that relationship, right? And the pain that comes with it. And keep that in mind, that you recognize it if there aren't the right signs and symbols, because we had that, right? The signs, if the signs aren't right and if something is off here and there, you know, then don't think because of the passion it's going to go away, it's going to get better, it's going to change. No, it won't. If someone isn't at his best, let me rephrase, someone is at his best behavior when you first meet. And if then there's already things that are off for you, well, it's not going to get better, right? It's only going to get worse. So make healthy choices. Make healthy choices in love and life. Self-love, self-care. There we have it again, the self-care that I spoke of with this card. Self-care, very important for you. And being happier, right? So you get out of this. Yeah, so, and then your last 2 cards, I'm going to put them in front of the others. I hope they're not going to fall over. Clock needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal. There we have it again. Time to heal. Progress. You need time still. You're not ready yet. You need time. So take that time, work on yourself so you transform like a butterfly, and then you can have a wonderful relationship that will also be evolving, and when you go dating and moves to the next level and so on and so forth. But first, you yourself have to turn into the butterfly, the beautiful butterfly. Yeah. So that's what I have for you, and yeah, I do hope it resonates. This is really very specific, so you should recognize these things that I spoke of, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Right, number 3, you're reading first 2 cards, heart-to-heart conversations and getting to know each other. So what I feel for you is that it could be that you're already in a relationship, or that you are already in touch with someone, seeing someone, and that you are in that stage of getting to know each other better. Excuse me. And then this is really very important. Talking, honest, open conversations with one another. And yeah, I think communication is actually one of the most underestimated things of importance in a relationship, in a connection. It is really very important, from heart to heart, like it says, not from the hurt, fearful ego to the other person's ego, right? Because you wake that up then, but really from heart to heart. And that's scary, right? Because then you have to really open up, and that comes up again with this card. Openness. I'm going to stick them all 3 of them from this deck, and the other sets had 2. You have 3. Well, let's see if we can move them over. We have openness, connection, and admire. Openness. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationship. So it's also openness, yeah, to the divine guidance, right? Listen to the signs and things that you get intuitively about this connection and what you should do, and so on and so forth. But also openness to your partner, if you have a partner, or when he comes in, right? Connection. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. So it will be a good connection. When it comes in, it will be. And admire, it's time to think about everything that you admire in your partner. In a way, I feel that goes back to this communication, because oftentimes I think we are quite focused on ourselves, or what goes wrong for us or feels wrong for us in a relationship. We often, I think, forget to compliment the other person. And I know also that there is this dating coach who says that as well, that men often don't get compliments. And that they need that too, you know, and they need to hear as well that you love them, that they look good or feel good or make you feel safe, whatever, you know. So, yeah, when you meet someone or are already in a connection, it's also good to pay attention to that, what you admire about that person, you know. Very important, because that's really usually what you fell for, right? What you fell in love with. Right, your first 3 tarot cards. The Eight of Swords. Then in the middle we have the Ace of Cups. Then we have the Ace of Wands. And I have another ace for you. The Ace of Pentacles. And another tarot card, but I'm sticking that one in a minute. Peculiar. 3 aces, which is about new beginnings. An ace is about new beginnings. Anyhow, the Eight of Challenges. It's didn't I just say that? With the things you admire about your partner, that sometimes we are too focused on ourselves of what goes wrong for ourselves, and that's what we actually see here with the Eight of Swords. It's that's about worrying and fussing and having thoughts and patterns and beliefs and all that stuff that aren't really necessarily true. It's just that you have to just let go of that, and also feeling caught and trapped and that you can't get out of it and blah, blah, blah. But it's not true at all. But if you keep your eyes closed, well, you can't see then, right? Then you can't see the way out. And then you can't see either that it's not really all that bad. And so love yourself so you don't have this stuff going on. Self-love, love, warm feelings, care. See, and again, you know, admire your partner, the things you like in your partner, because look at in the reflection, right? Then the swan is wearing that necklace and a crown. So this is about yourself, right? Your own reflection, seeing how beautiful you are, how worthy you are, but also see that in your partner. Again, the admire card thing. Amazing. And the Ace of Wands, passion and just the spark of passion and inspiration and ideas and wanting to get on with that and let that spark grow into a big fire, and you know, and just that it's wonderful. It's very positive, absolutely positive card, but you got to stop doing that, right? You got to get out of that. And the next ace is Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is sheer luck card. Right? We see the toad, and this is a toad ring. There is a name for it. I can't remember it now, but it was about luck. It's an amulet. It's luck. It's all about luck. Also new beginnings, meaning there's a lot of new possibilities, opportunities, and also a strong new beginning for self-esteem, financial gain, but I don't feel that's so applicable in a love relationship. Although it could be for some, of course, but just that. It's also new beginning and luck, lots of new opportunities, which is wonderful. And also within a connection then, right? It doesn't mean to say new partner if you already have a partner, but it can also be opportunities for growth and moving to the next level within a connection. That's also a new opportunity. And here we see playfulness. This is in a love reading, playfulness. Both, there might be the slight movement here, because it's basically like scales, right? It's like up and down movement is possible, but it's in this reading is playful, light-hearted, right? Sometimes the other does something and takes the lead, and the other next time the other takes the lead, and it's really it goes fluent. It's all fluent and natural, and it's so in that sense there is a balance, right? Really, there is then a balance, complementing one another. Yeah, wonderful. I like that. And we're going to look at your last cards. See, yeah, I can put them here. Hang about. Right, now we have here your last cards, and a number of them are not so, the first two are not so positive, right? We have the snake and addiction. Now, the snake is competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, and like in the Lenormand cards, the other woman with the snake. And addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling have a block and restraint. Now, I think that this could all be the case. Not necessarily that there is another woman, but that things are not at the moment going smooth. Or when you meet someone, if you're not in a connection, that things at some point are not going to be smooth. And that's why this is crucial. Absolutely crucial. I think this is one of the, basically, with the admire card, the most important of your reading. You really must open up and have these conversations and tell the other person how you feel and what you need, what you don't like as well. Right? And also, of course, then what you do like to, that's the admire thing again, right? Letting them know, like, that you like that one thing that they did or said or whatever. And I'm sorry, because that also comes up here. Conversation, avoiding conversation, or a call, or avoiding a person. But also the conversation, yet again, conversation for you is crucial. To dare open up, and that's scary as hell if you're not used to doing that. And even I make myself used to doing that, but it's still scary as hell. And then you don't have this shit, this obsession and possession and blocked and all that shit. And because then you also get stuck here in these limiting thoughts and patterns, beliefs. And if you only just remove your hands and look up, you will see it's not all that bad. Right? And it's salvageable, whatever is going to go wrong or going wrong or whatever. Yeah, the conversations again. Right? The heart-to-heart conversations. And also the loving yourself, respecting yourself, but also respecting the other. Admiring the other, right? As well as yourself. And Cupid's arrow, have faith. Love is coming. Surprise, invitation or meeting. And there can be a bit of hesitation as well, right? Because it says that too. So nothing to be afraid of. Really nothing to be afraid of. Because there are a number of, yeah, at first sight, not so positive cards for you. But this is all a matter, I feel, of not necessarily the wrong person. But after the first passion and rose-colored glasses are starting to wear off, not investing in this, the conversations and admiring the other and admiring yourself again as well, and taking the time to get to know each other. And the only way you can do that is by daring to be open and to tell the other person how you really feel. No one is a mind reader. I do not feel that this is going to be the wrong connection per se. I feel it's more like you have to learn this openness, to open up and to speak up and so on and so forth, right? Openness. And the connection, what is said clearly, your connection is eternal and unbreakable. So it is a good connection, but you just need to be a bit bolder with what you dare to express, right? So this is what I have, and funny enough, you also had the rose quartz, which is also about love of self. And anyhow, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.